Once again, Lamar comes up short. The Kansas City Chiefs took on the Baltimore Ravens in the NFL opener last night of the 2024 NFL season, and Lamar Jackson went head-to-head again with Patrick Mahomes after his early and disappointing 2024 AFC Championship game loss against him this past season. And going into the game, many people thought, will Lamar finally get over the hump? Will he finally beat Patrick Mahomes? He has a 1-4 or 1-5 record against Patrick Mahomes. I think it was 1-4. He had a 1-4 record going on against Patrick Mahomes going up into that game. Will he finally get over the hump? Going into Arrowhead, will he get Pat Mahomes the business? And he come up short yet again. Yet again, it was disappointing. But to get on the overall problems with what the Ravens had in that game, not enough for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had 13 rushes for 46 yards, 3.5 yards a carry. He had 1 touchdown the very first drive of the game. What killed the Ravens in this game is they went away from their formula. Literally, the very first drive of the game, the first play of the game, it was all Derrick Henry. They were walking the Chiefs defense down. It was fixing to look scary. You know, Spags lost a pivotal player in the corner, L'Jarius Sneed. A lot of people were saying, hey, the Chiefs might take a step back on the Spags with the defense and them not having elite corners. They had the Watson kid on the outside. Is he going to step up? He made some plays last night. But the first drive, the Ravens walked the Chiefs down. They really did. They really did. And it was a good sign because I was sitting there like, dang, boys, this what is the Ravens come to play? And did the Ravens is going to Raven. They went away from what was working. They turned trying to turn Lamar back into when Lamar won his first MVP of let the pocket decay, get a broken play, and Lamar go run and make us play. Lamar had 122 yards last night. 122. That is insanity to me. At what point, Todd Monken, did you want your quarterback to run the ball 16 times and have 122 rushing yards? It's not efficient. Lamar Jackson took a lot of hits last night. He really did. If I'm Jim Harbaugh right now, sorry, not Jim, John, if I'm John Harbaugh right now, and if I'm Todd Monken, heck, if I'm even the owner, whoever's the owner of the Ravens, I'm going to Lamar Jackson. We're having a meeting. I'm saying, brother, you need to get down. He took way too many shots last night. He was lowering his shoulder way too much. Lamar, you watched Cam Newton. Cam Newton was arguably one of the best quarterbacks of this generation. You saw why his career ended early. You saw why he became super inefficient at passing the football. He couldn't stay on the field because he had a shoulder injury. The last thing you need, man, is a shoulder injury. Because we want you a quarterback. We don't want you to move into a running back. That's for sure. You need to be a quarterback in this league. But that's what happened. A lot of the Ravens lost this game more than the Chiefs won this game. Because there's been a lot of stuff on Twitter, and I've seen it. You know, Ronnie Stanley getting called for false starts in illegal formations. Yet, when you got Jawan Taylor at right tackle for the Chiefs, bruh gets off early. NFL, can you do us a favor? Can you nip this false start stuff in the bud? I see it way too much with these offensive tackles. They love to get early starts. The Eagles are bad for it. Like, literally, Mailata and Lane Johnson, they're terrible for it. They will get a really, really stupid early release every time. The NFL needs to nip this in the bud. It needs to be addressed. Roger, this needs to be addressed. It is so it's unfair. It's not good for the sport of football. It's not. It's really not. It's cheating. They're just cheating a rep against their opponent. Nip this in the bud. Other than that, I thought the Ravens lost this game. I mean, you went from Lamar turning the ball over early on his own side of the field with the fumble recovery from Chris Jones. Too many passes behind the sticks. There was a lot of dink and dunking plays that Lamar really weren't trying to stretch the field a lot. Outside of Isaiah Likely was cooking last night. He really, really balled out last night. He had 12 targets, 9 catches for 111 yards. He was cooking. Outside of that, nobody really did anything. Rashad Bateman had two receptions for 53 yards, and one of the receptions being a huge reception right there on the last drive of the game in order for them to hopefully and potentially want to tie that game early yesterday. And again, look here. Zay Flowers had 6 receptions for 37 yards, 6.5 yards per carry. Mark Andrews didn't even have a target until 5 minutes going into the second quarter. Like, what? I don't know what this offense wants to be. If you are going to commit to the run, or you're going to turn Lamar Jackson into a passer. You want to either turn Lamar Jackson into a passing quarterback, or you want to turn into a run, smash mouth offense. We don't need Lamar Jackson out here playing Michael Vick of 2004 or Cam Newton of 2011. It's not happening. You, as an organization, you do not need this to happen. Literally, nobody outside Isaiah Likely caught the ball for significant yards yesterday, outside of the one play that Rashad Bateman made. Other than that, Zay Flowers averaged 6 yards a catch. 6. Justice Hill, the running back, remember I said dink and dunk, he had 6 receptions for 52 yards. Why is your backup running back, I guess it's your third down back, have as many receptions as your wide receiver? He's not Christian McCaffrey, okay? He's not that elite. I think Justice Hill's a great guy, great player. And on top of that, Lamar needs to stop letting this game and the Chiefs get in his head. Because Lamar, he at the end of the game, he made a fantastic throw. But you got to hit the pass to Zay Flowers before the play before that play. He went out into the press conference today and said that weren't intended for Zay Flowers, intended for Rashad Bateman. I'm sitting there like, bud, what are you looking at? You were fixing to throw that to Rashad Bateman, who had 2 DBs on him. Zay Flowers was wide open. I think he's lying in my opinion, but Lamar is he's a mixed bag. You saw the potential why people love this guy. I like Lamar, but me personally, if I had the option to choose a quarterback, I would choose a couple quarterbacks over Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is not consistent with throwing the football. He's not. That last drive, you got to hit that pass to Zay Flowers. You got to. There's some throws that he makes, it's like, wow, spectacular. But then you had that one play in the backfield where they threw if he throws that just on target by a little bit, Justice Hill's hitting his head on the goalpost. Like, Lamar's got to get more consistent when his passing, and that can only happen if Todd Monken turns this offense into an actual passing offense and mix in Derrick Henry a little bit better, because Derrick Henry's got to get involved in this offense. Giving Derrick Henry 13 carries is ridiculous, and Lamar Jackson having 16 carries Lamar Jackson having more carries than Derrick Henry it's just dumb. That's not what they brought Derrick Henry for. Derrick Henry was supposed to help Lamar Jackson stay off his legs. And this is what happens. You lose ball games because of this. Give credit to the Chiefs, though. The Chiefs done a great job with their defense, making Lamar Jackson not want to throw the ball, make him run. And then eventually it paid off in the end. They got lucky, as we could say, Isaiah Likely with the Kevin Durant on the 3-point line. Barely got his toe out of bounds. But hey, I'm pretty sure John Harbaugh was going for 2. Going for two. The Chiefs dodge a bullet in that one, and they come away with the win. Lamar Jackson and them come up short. Now that's the Ravens. Now let's talk about the Chiefs. Man, oh man. If I'm a defense and I saw what I saw from the Chiefs last night, because they were not 100% on point last night. They were sloppy. Kelsey only had 3 catches. Rashee Rice, I mean, he is emerging as a star, potential Pro Bowl candidate after that game last night. He looked fantastic, even though I saw a lot of people on Twitter calling him Slam Boy. He had a great game last night. Xavier Worthy, 3 touches, 2 touchdowns. The kid can fly. The kid's got speed. He's rolling. Pacheco running the ball as usual. Smash mouth football. And Pat Mahomes being Pat Mahomes. Outside that one terrible god-awful throw that Pat Mahomes had that he threw that pick to Roquan Smith. I don't know what Pat Mahomes was looking at. Bad throw, bad night. Pacheco obviously dropped the ball that hit him right in the face, and he would have hit his head on goalpost on that. So I really think that this game actually could have been a whole lot worse for the Ravens. I think they would have lost by a whole lot more if it weren't for a couple key miscues when it comes to the Chiefs. So in my opinion, I don't see a scenario where Lamar beats the Chiefs. I really don't. If it was at Baltimore, maybe I would think about it. But right now, as presently constructed, the Chiefs are only going to get better. They didn't even have a Hollywood Brown yesterday. Wait until they get to the end of the season when they're going to get in in-season form. And that's the next, if the Ravens, so to speak, are wanting to meet them in the postseason, aka that's what, and I quote what Isaiah Likely said last night. We'll get to that comment later in the video. The Chiefs are going to be dominant this year. They're going to be dominant. Their O-line play looked good. Obviously, they were starting a young left tackle last night. It seems he had hardly any issues with blocking. Had a couple hurries, a couple pressures, but overall, I think they said he had a solid job last night. If I'm a team in the AFC, I'm scared. I know they're trying to three-peat. History's against them, but they have a good shot. I think if the Chiefs arguably is not even a question the team to beat. And if a team could knock the Chiefs off, it would be Baltimore. I know Joe Burrow's got Mahomes' number. For the most part, I won't say he's got his number, but if anybody's shown that they can beat Mahomes, it's been Joe Burrow. Josh Allen and Lamar keep coming up short every time. But as presently constructed, I really don't see the Bengals being able to stop Mahomes in this offense defensively. So offensively, and plus this defense is way better than the last time the Bengals did play them 2 years ago. I don't know, but this was disappointing for many Ravens fans and many fans of the sport because we're like, who's going to knock off Patrick Mahomes? The Ravens is the team to do it. They just, at the end, when the money counts most, they don't do enough to get the job done. The Ravens has just been coming up short. Lamar keeps them coming up short. You know, they try to get these excuses, this, and that. We can't have no what ifs. What happened. You got to be able to win this game at some point, Lamar. You got to do it. Peyton Manning was 0-6 against Brady. Y'all's already played 6 games already. You're 1-5. So, hey. But Peyton Manning won that big game when it counted. So, if Lamar meets Mahomes in the playoffs, Lamar's got to beat Mahomes. He's got to win the next game they play against. He's got to. Literally. And I don't blame all the blame on Lamar. The defense did give up some key penalties. I mean, the Ravens did have 7 penalties, but at the end of the day, they had the same amount of penalties, but in the context of it, a lot of the Ravens penalties were way more costly than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs mainly had a lot of offensive penalties. But a lot of the penalties on the Ravens came on the defense side of the ball in pivotal moments. Also, I mean, to add more salt into the wound, Justin Tucker missed a field goal last night. Granted, it was a 50-plus yarder, but still, Justin Tucker is as automatic as it can get. So you can say right now, a lot of things just didn't go right for the Ravens last night, but it had to go right this game. You wanted to go in there and make a statement, look and say, yeah, we're here. And Lamar, obviously from the videos that's been circling on the internet, Lamar looked like he was not shook at the end of the game. He looked like he was wanting another crack at it. Hopefully he keeps that mindset going into this next game. But another thing that is troubling to me, and we're going to talk about it right now, the Isaiah Likely quote.
This is probably the worst game we're going to play all year. So if this is their best that they got, I mean, good luck in the postseason.
Isaiah, son, I mean, he's older than me. I don't want to call him son. It's a little disrespectful, but Isaiah, come on. You don't. This is salt. This is being salty. Then don't even say you'll see him in the postseason. We got to stay humble. Got to be able to move on to the next game. And you know good and well that's not what the best the Chiefs is going to have. And I promise you this is probably not going to be the worst game y'all's going to play. So you just lied in back-to-back comments, man. Just you got in your feelings. Just don't say that. Don't fuel the Chiefs' fire. If anybody watches First Things First, Nick Wright, bulletin board material. Don't give these guys bulletin board material. They're going to come back and haunt you. Pat Mahomes is going to come in your dreams and haunt you. I promise you. But overall, I think the Ravens just had a disappointing outing. I think the Chiefs did the Chiefs. The Chiefs wasn't fantastic, or they didn't. At the end of the day, the Chiefs did what they needed to do to win the game. It's what the Chiefs are good at, and it's what they always have been good at in the Pat Mahomes era. They made the plays when they needed to make the plays, and at the end, they come out on top. The Chiefs didn't play outstanding great, and they didn't play out really bad. They were pretty meh. But the same thing the Ravens. They played pretty meh, but they got to find an identity on offense. The defense will be fine. The defense done a whole lot better than what I thought they were going to do last night. But the Ravens need to find an identity with Lamar. And Lamar cannot keep taking these hits. But I think Lamar and them is going to bounce back. I think the Ravens will have a great season this season. They got to get back on track, especially with that division they're in. They possibly could be a wild card team. So the Ravens need to get on the ball. I promise you, because Joe Burrow and them's coming. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, who knows what the Bengals are going to do. But you know, Pittsburgh, they got a new quarterback. I mean, Pittsburgh is going to win at least 9 or 10 games. 8 at the minimum. And who knows what the Browns is going to look like. I don't know what the Browns are going to look like. We are kind of waiting for Deshaun Watson to wake up and be Deshaun Watson of old. So the Ravens need to get on the ball if they want to even get the chance to see Pat Mahomes in the playoffs. But that's like my little quick analysis. If you enjoyed this video, remember, drop a like on the video. Comment down below, what did you think of my thoughts and analysis? Do you think Lamar Jackson will inevitably be able to beat Pat Mahomes in a meaningful game? Also, tell me down in the comments, do you think the Chiefs are going to three-peat? Click the link up here for all my other sports reactions, and we'll see y'all later. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya.